All right, today on the Ropes, I got the trainer for Devin Haney. Mickey Bay, what's good?
On the ropes, what's up? What's going on?
Hey man, first of all, I appreciate you doing the interview today.
Oh, no question, no doubt.
All right, November 7th, we got Yoriokas Gamboa. What's the game plan going into that fight?
The overall game plan just to be smart and get a dominating victory. We got a lot of tactics, but we really don't like to go into it with a prejudgment because, you know, at the end of the day, Gamboa is an experienced guy. He a former world champ and a gold medalist, so we gonna go in there, fill him out. Dev is one of those guys that can adapt right on the fly, so we got a whole bunch of different tactics that we ready for and that we gonna use. But our goal is to wipe him out.
Do you feel, is there any concerns going into the fight with Devin having over a year since he had his last fight and having the shoulder surgery? Is any concerns going into the fight?
No, man,
or any special preparations going into the fight?
No, it was, well, honestly, the pandemic might have been a blessing in disguise because he had time to really, and when he came back, he was hitting so hard. I'm like, man, like, I guess it was a good thing that you went ahead and got that out of the way. But no, there's no concerns. I think that it made it better because now Devin is really hungry to fight. You know, he never had this long off since he's been a professional. So now he ready to get his dinner. You know, he hungry. So he definitely, you know, I think it made it worse on his opponent.
Now, I got to ask you, man, were you surprised with the whole Gary Russell situation that he never got back with Devin?
No, I told Dev months ago that he not going to fight you. I'm like, you know, he liked the idea of it. Like, it sound good. Man, what if me and Devin fought? That's a big fight. If I beat him, you know, I'm the lightweight champ. But at the end of the day, he knew the obstacle that was in front of him, and him losing to a 21-year-old was something that he didn't want. If he really thought he could beat him, the fight would have been made because on our side, he had everything that he asked for on the table. So he literally went and hid, you know. But Gary, he don't want no parts of Devin, no 35. Like, you know, he probably could fight another guy, not Devin though. You know, that would have been a massacre.
What is it like to train someone like a Devin Haney, man? What has your experience been with him as far as training and him picking up the things that you want him to learn in the whole process?
To me, he the most skilled fighter in boxing, and I said what I said, like, and I mean it. Like, a lot of people gonna say it, they gonna say what they say, but I know, like, you know, from me doing it myself, and we both come up under the same tree, you know, as far as being under the Mayweathers. So that made it like a perfect fit, and we got a real good chemistry. Like, sometimes me and him will literally say the same thing at the same exact time. We just laugh. We see a lot of stuff that, you know, the same. So he the hardest working, most competitive dude. Like, he got that Jordan or that Mamba mentality. He way beyond his years as far as age. Like, it's just gonna be scary to see him a few years from now. Like, I don't even understand who even really gonna want to fight him if they don't want to see him at 21. He just so far ahead of his game. Like, and this stuff I'm saying I have to eat my words. I'm saying this on the ropes. Everybody gonna be watching it. So I mean what I'm saying. Like, he the only dude that I see beating Lomachenko. But even though he was always my guy and I always was rooting for him since he was a kid, but when I started training him, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, we can get him. We can beat him. We can beat Lomachenko. At first, beforehand, I might say, all right, maybe in a year or two. But now, working with him, I'm like, oh, yeah, we'll be the ones to beat him. I'll be comfortable with that fight now.
You know, interesting that you say that. Speaking of avoiding, because one of the things that was talked about with Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko, he has talked about after that fight, he wants to move up to the 140. So he doesn't even want to deal with Devin. He wants to move up to the 140.
And you see Loma talking about going down.
Exactly.
So, you know, and Loma's a heck of a fighter. Loma, both of them are, but fighters are smart. Like him, they see what's coming. So think about it. Devin got rated and became a mandatory to fight Lomachenko because he knew, okay, I beat this guy, I'm going to be on the pound for pound list at 20 years old, 21 years old. That's why we wanted this. So, but I guess Loma was like, man, you know, I would rather fight a guy like Teofimo that's good but more predictable.
You know, it's interesting with that because either way, the winner, they want to say undisputed, but I would call it the unofficial undisputed.
Yeah, it can't be undisputed because Dev went up. They made the franchise belt. You know, Lomachenko took that. He didn't have to. He could have said, "No, I'm sure I'll fight Devin Haney and keep the, you know, the real WBC." But like I say, Lomachenko, he is an excellent fighter. I can't take nothing away from him because Devin is still the only one that I see beating him at that weight.
You know, with that being said, after this fight, not going beyond this fight, but who do you see Devin fighting next, in your opinion?
Well,
if
honestly,
you see
I wanted him to see him fight the winner of this fight. Maybe the fans could pressure him into it. Maybe they can say, "Why both of y'all gonna fight and then run up and down and wait?" You know, whoever wins, if Teofimo can possibly pull an upset off, maybe he might stay there and fight him. But I think it's a better chance of Lomachenko fighting him. You know, maybe. But I really don't think either one. So, other than those two, we would like the winner of the if I don't know if they're still fighting Ryan Garcia and
Luke Campbell.
Yeah, we would like the winner of that fight.
You know, they still haven't made an announcement on that.
And
he's talking Tank Davis. You know, so
yeah. So who knows? Like, I mean, Tank has went back down to 130. So you know, that's why I ain't even mention his name right now. But I don't know who gonna really want to fight Devin after this.
You know, with that, how many fights do you see Devin left having at the 135? With his body growing the way.
A couple, yeah, but we want to go up, and that's why we wanted the winner of this fight next week, because we wanted to get all of the belts and then go take all the belts at 140. I'm 100% confident, and I know that he gonna clean the 40-pound division out too. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, man, he gonna clean that weight class out too.
What has your experience been working with Mayweather Sr. and the knowledge that you gained from him?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. Shout out to Mayweather, man. Listen, that's my guy, man. I don't think I could have learned or been as good as I am without him. Like, you know, I credit him for sure. You know, that's who I credit. I've been with a couple good trainers in the early years, but Mayweather, that's really why I'm able to do what I'm doing with Devin. So when you see me, you see Mayweather Sr. I ain't gonna lie about that. Like, you know, he just so smart. He the best trainer I ever been around, like, or met. Like, he just real creative, and he just know his stuff is precise, the way that he does things. Like, and I'm glad that I've been able to get it for over 15 years, because it's a secret way of doing things that you would only know if you've been with him for a while, and that's the reason why his son haven't lost. So by him being older and kind of, you know, pretty much retired from training, I'm just glad to give it to Devin to keep it going. But yeah, the Mayweathers, man, when it comes to boxing, they got it, man. Mayweather Sr., he, you know, like he said, he the best for sure.
You know, besides Devin, who else do you train also as well? Because I think I seen you working with young Amari Jones also as well.
Yeah, I got Amari. He's coming up young, only 18. He's getting ready to have his pro debut. And I got Darren Cunningham, 11-0, monster. You got to see him. You got to come back to see him. Him and Devin actually best friends. He fights at 122. Excellent fighter. And,
DC3.
you know him. Yeah. DC3 ain't no joke. Like, he real nice. He have a belt by next summer, guaranteed. Then I got the Mason brothers, a group of 5 kids come out of my hometown in Cleveland. Excellent fighters. They all between a couple of them number 1 in the country, and some like number 2. So I got one of them getting ready to turn pro right now, actually. So that's who I got right now. So everything is just centered around those guys, and especially Devin. Like, everything is centered around him because he's the champion. So, you know, Devin Haney, that's my priority.
You know, speaking of Ohio, man, what is it about the talent that come out of the state of Ohio when it comes to boxing, man?
Man, you know what's crazy? A lot of people don't know this. Even on the business end, you know, Al grew up with one of my grandparents from there, and Don grew up with my other set. So, and then we all from the same neighborhood, man. I don't know, maybe it was just meant to be, something in the water. But the only thing is that the poverty there and the lack of, when you get to the pros, people drift off because of the poverty. We don't really have gyms and stuff like that. That's why the Mason brothers, they moved out here to Vegas now, so they can get this pro atmosphere and get out of the Ohio. Like, we got great talent, but man, them streets just seem to gobble our guys up, man, and they don't really get to live up to their potential.
You know, speaking of that, yeah, because I have met some real nice young talent out of the city of Toledo when they came down to the Maryland area to get some sparring one, and you know they were nationally ranked top 5.
Man,
Yeah.
Listen, man, we got some major hitters, man. It's just like I say, our guys gotta dodge them streets. You know, somehow. I mean, I can see why it's just nothing there. Like, you know, even in other sports, like we got LeBron and some huge athletes, but a lot of them just seem to get swallowed up. Like, you know, because there's nothing there, there's no opportunity. So people want to fast, you know, this and that, and they end up getting locked up and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm trying to help change that.
You know, what is it about the city of Vegas, man, where a lot of the young fighters are now gravitating to come here to set up shop and to actually, you know, actually live and actually work and maintain what they do as far as professional boxer?
Because it's the capital of boxing. It's almost like if you want to become an actor, you're going to go to Hollywood, LA. Same with boxing. Vegas is the mecca now. Even if people don't move, I advise, you know, the young cats or whatever, even come out. If you come out even for a week just to get some work, this is the mecca of boxing. It's gym. Look, literally where we at, it's a gym right there. Solid's gym. With Laura and all them cats across the parking lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that just show you, like, every 2 blocks it's a gym in Vegas. Like,
funny that you said that, because I'm supposed to go by the Barrientos brothers gym tomorrow, and it's close by here also as well. I was like, dang.
Yeah, oh, you talking about the twins?
The twins.
Yeah, them my guys.
Yeah.
They'll be over here Saturday, but them my guys. Yeah, they literally just in this 1 mile radius is probably 6, 7 boxing gyms. So, you know, I get lost sometime if I'm just hitting a U-turn, I see a new gym, another gym, another gym. So here you can kind of eat and sleep boxing. I think that's the thing. You got guys from Russia, you got guys from South America, you got guys from everywhere in the world, Asia that's coming here. So I just think this is a perfect place.
How many years did it take to get to that point, to what we see today, where a lot of the major talent is right here in this city?
It's kind of been like this for a while. Like, I'm sure even before I came in the early 2000s, and Mayweather came in like the early 90s, and it was like that. But that's why I moved here. I moved out here first with Mayweather when I was younger, and then I liked it when I came, and then I liked the weather, because, you know, back where we from, who want that 0 degrees of snow, the ice here? Look at us now. We still close to 100 degrees right now. So that's another good thing.
You know, I gotta ask, man, how did you get involved with working with Devin? How did that whole process come about?
Well, it's funny, man, because when Devin was younger, you know, I knew him when he first started boxing. He started out with the Mayweather, so I used to see him when he was real little, like this, like 7 years old, 8 years old. So he would always play around like, yeah, one day you're gonna be my trainer. And I just kind of laugh it off, like, you know, because I ain't never really know if I really wanted to be a trainer. But, you know, like I say, senior is getting older, and he kind of was on the verge of retirement anyway. So they said, all right, who know all of the game, like, that's still gonna be hungry enough to be able to put Devin first and really be there for him. Bam. They called me, and I was out of town, and I'm like, when y'all want to work? They said as soon as possible. And I flew in the next day. We worked, and our chemistry was on point. People had thought we already been working together for like years, but that was our like first day. But it's because we came from the same school, so he know all the language and the tricks and the moves and stuff. So it's like a perfect marriage. And then I had a lot of layoffs and bad management and stuff in my career, so I didn't fully get the fights I wanted and like the more title fights than I had. So I think I got the personality to be a great trainer now, because I could put people before myself. That's just in my character. Outside of the ring, I'm the kind of person that I enjoy helping get people to that next level, because I know how I felt for somebody to help me do it. So with Dev, I want him to be the greatest ever. That's his goal, and I'm gonna do whatever, and I'm gonna do whatever I can for him to do my part. Cause Dev ain't no joke. Like, you know, even keeping up with him. I mean, you seen his work.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I was going to ask that because I seen the interview that you pretty much 24-hour on call for like when he's ready to work out.
Yeah, I told him like, man, Dev, cause he, you know, we had some private discussions and we had talks on our vision and how we want to do this thing and how great we want him to be and how he told me how great he wanted to be. And we just had a long talk one day for like 4 or 5 hours. And, you know, I gave him the commitment, like, man, listen, I'm on call all day. Just give me a 2-hour window. And you know, so far, I mean, he put me up to my word because it's times I'd have been out eating with the family, whatever. He like, what's up, Nick? Like, man, I got that itch. I want to train. It's 12, 11 at night. Come on, let's go. You know, and that's how I'm going to always be, you know.
How do you feel when a lot of people have hate towards somebody so young and negativity towards somebody who's never in trouble, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, but and has his own business, own promotional company, license? What do you say to people who hate on somebody like that?
Man, I just say, imagine if it was your son. Like, this a young kid. Like, I look at Devin, you know, I'm not that, you know, I'm old enough to be like an uncle or something, so I look at him like my son or nephew. Look at him like that. Imagine if that was your son or nephew. Like, he doing all the right things. He could be out here getting in trouble. He can be out here, like Dev is playing video games. When I go over his house, he in the games. He either doing that or he training. My thing is like, you should be supporting positivity. We see his pops rolling up now. He got his father in his life. That's a crucial thing. Going back to what we touched on, like, why don't the Ohio kids or a lot of other kids succeed? They don't have a good dad in their life. He got his dad walking up right now. You know, he got his food for him and all of that. So I just think that people need to really get to know him. Devin is one of the nice kids that you can meet. You wouldn't even think he can fight if you knew him out. He get mean when he step in that door or when it come to boxing. Other than that, you would probably think, like, man, this is a college kid. That's how polite and nice he is. He just vicious when he stepped through that gym door or that fight arena.
Yeah, one of the nicest people you can meet. He invited me out to his house to do the interview. I was like, what?
100%.
Yeah.
Like, he different than people think, but Dev is mean like he's supposed to be when it come to boxing, but he'll give you the shirt off his back literally outside of the ring. You know, he feeding people, he giving out food, he giving out clothes, and he not showing 90% of this stuff, but Dev is the people's champ. People gonna see that soon.
Man, I appreciate your time as always, man.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
right.
Anytime.
On the ropes, we out.